For Cheryl, stricken with Lou Gehrig's disease, death finally came. But hospice also came, clearing her path and easing her journey from this life to the next.
Cheryl and I met at work. I was working on the inpatient unit at Primary Children's, and she was hired to be a psychology intern at what was at that time the Learning Problems Clinic. The really special part of Cheryl was her energy, her enthusiasm, her commitment to her work. She was there for a purpose. She was a wonderful person. She was a wonderful mother. I always felt lucky to have known her. I always felt lucky more than lucky to have married her. We were on a family vacation with Cheryl's family in Newport Beach, and my son took off on his rollerblades down the boardwalk, and she went to chase him down on her rollerblades and had a terrible fall. And really, since she was such an athletic person, it was sort of hard for any of us to understand what had gone on. After we returned home from that vacation, her motor skills just kept going downhill, and that progressed relatively quickly. Finally, our neurologist recommended that we go to see a specialist. Thankfully, we were able to get in and see this gentleman, and he ran a lot of tests and gave us the news that, in his opinion, Cheryl had ALS. It's commonly referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, and it's a neuromuscular disease that attacks the large muscles. You hear the words and you don't want to think that they're real. Cheryl was able to be at home, and we had neighbors that were helping us. But as things progressed and her abilities and her strength became worse and worse, I really couldn't ask our neighbors anymore. I just thought it was time to look into our options. As a long-term employee of Intermountain, I've always known about the hospice service. I've always known it was out there. I've always heard good things about it. But everyone that came into the house was very positive, very professional, obviously cared about what they were doing, cared about us, and they became friends. I think overall, the greatest effect that it had on my family was it allowed us time. And it allowed us the time to be together. I'm a huge supporter of Intermountain's hospice. It's worth it. It's worth your time. It's worth your money. It's worth your efforts. It's worth your thoughts. It's worth your positive regard. The first reason being, they will be there for you if you need them.